What is up, YouTube? It is Shanti Hall here, coming at you guys with another edition of Game Talk. Today's game, Golden State versus Memphis. Before we get into that, let's talk about my predictions from last video. As far as picking games goes, this wasn't really my best night. I went 8-3. The games that I chose wrong, though, were the Cavs and the Magic. I picked the Cavaliers. Golden State versus Memphis, I picked Golden State. OKC versus Utah, I picked the Thunder. Now this is actually really crazy because I don't think we'll see all three of those teams lose on the same day again this year. But let's get into the game that we're going to discuss today, Memphis versus Golden State. Mike Conley and Kevin Durant are both coming off huge games versus the Pelicans. Mike Conley had 27 points, Kevin Durant had 7 blocks. Now obviously the Warriors are huge favorites in this game, but the Grizzlies grit and grind usually get to the Warriors, and they managed to pull off the upset today, defeating the Golden State Warriors 111-101. Now before I go any further with this, I want to state this is not analysis. These are just my thoughts as I was watching the game, some things I noticed and little things I picked up on. If there is something I missed, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. We can discuss it there. Now for the game's leading scorers. Steph Curry led all scorers with 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kevin Durant helped out with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. Marc Gasol for the Grizzlies, 34 points, 14 rebounds. James Ennis III for the Grizzlies, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Now although Steph Curry had a huge night, we didn't get to see him in full force for 2 reasons. The first reason was because Steve Kerr was trying to give a lot of his starters rest. He didn't play a lot of their starters as much in the first quarter. The other reason was because Steph Curry picked up 4 fouls before the half and his 5th in the third. He really couldn't be on the floor too much tonight, but his 37 points did come in 30 minutes. In the time that Steph Curry was out, I was looking for Kevin Durant to step up and be the guy for the Warriors, but it didn't really come into the fourth quarter, and it really seemed too late for them to make a run at that point. But it's not just Kevin Durant who I was concerned about. The entire Warriors team struggled on both ends of the floor tonight. Draymond Green also shot 0 of 5 from the three-point line, and the Warriors simply could not defend the paint. Marc Gasol was feasting out there. But even with all that said, there were many times in the game where the Warriors looked like they could go on a run to come back. But then every time that they would go on these runs, they'd turn the ball over and end up playing awful transition defense that would lead to a Grizzlies run. But before I stop talking about the Warriors and get a little bit more into the Grizzlies, let's talk about the big thing that happened at the end of the game. So Kevin Durant and Steph Curry get ejected at the same time. Steph Curry ejected for throwing his mouthpiece at the ref. Kevin Durant ejected for showing his middle finger to the Grizzlies crowd. With all that being said, it was just a really awful night for the Warriors. Now the Grizzlies were dominant in every aspect of this game today. I want to start this by saying that rookie Dillon Brooks did not look like a rookie today. He came off the bench and gave the Grizzlies some much needed scoring. I'm sure he has a very, very bright future for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol, still a dominant force in the NBA, got his double-double in the first half. He also had no trouble scoring from anywhere on the floor, as he did hit 2 threes in today's game. Conley also looked really good, racking up 7 assists. It wouldn't have been too hard for him though, because the Grizzlies ran the break extremely well today. A lot of the time finishing with a dunk or an alley-oop. The thing I want to say about the Grizzlies is that their defense was so good and physical today, the Warriors didn't know what to do. They forced a lot of turnovers, which led to a lot of points for them. The last thought that I have before I get into my predictions for tonight, I thought the officiating at the end of the game was really, really, really poor. I thought they missed a lot of calls for Golden State, and that Golden State might have been able to get back into the game if so many calls didn't go against them. Now I'll get into what you guys really want to hear. Tonight's game's predictions. 3 games tomorrow. We're going to try to go a perfect 3-0. First off, we have Atlanta versus Brooklyn. I'm going to take Brooklyn in this game. I think they have a better overall team. A lot of chemistry right now if you watch them play. They move the ball really well. It's an exciting team. Second off, we have Minnesota versus OKC. OKC lost to the Jazz tonight in an upset. I think they'll bounce back big tomorrow and beat the Timberwolves. Third of all, we have the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Los Angeles Lakers. I do not believe the Lakers have the shooting to beat the Pelicans. I think Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins will feast inside, and they'll win that game pretty easily. That'll be our first one of the season. Well, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Game Talk. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Minnesota versus OKC. We'll discuss that game and see how that went. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe for all my content, 2K content, game talk, NBA discussion videos, all that. And I hope you have a wonderful day.